Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about Valorant patch notes 5.12. This is a pretty big update. Obviously this is also a bit day later and I apologize for that. I just obviously end of school and everything, so I was pretty tired. But I'm making this video right now just so I don't have to worry about it anymore. But a lot of agent updates and some Spectre changes. And there'll be also some map rotations and a new game mode. So there's quite a lot of stuff. I think for the final patch for 2022 before 2023, obviously. So that's pretty exciting. So let's get right into it. Obviously, there's a bunch of age updates after as we head over to the off season after the Game Changers Championship at Berlin. And obviously the next big tournament will be the kickoff tournament for Brazil. I can't remember actually what to call it. I think it's called like Lockdown Sao Paulo or something. So that will be the next big event for Valorant. So let's get right into it. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Breach. There's only one change for Breach. That is his ultimate, his Rolling Thunder. The ultimate points has been increased from 7 to 8. So there's a bit of a nerf there. But we'll see if Breach is still gonna be viable. I haven't really seen a lot of Breach, I'll be honest. But we'll see though. The biggest one though is Chamber. Obviously Chamber. I think I can't remember what's it called. I cannot remember what's it called, but it's an article that obviously the devs goes on about. And they've talked about that there'll be some Chamber nerfs coming in very soon, and this is the Chamber nerf as they are talking about. And oh boy, Chamber players, you probably need some tissues for this. So we'll first start off with this Headhunter, which is obviously his little pistol or the sheriff. They've updated the stability curve, which is basically the spread has increased after the second bullet when spamming. This is explicitly meant to reduce low precision body shot spam as an effective combat measure at range. His rendezvous, so his teleport chamber now places a single anchor that can be teleported to while inside its range. Radius has also been increased from 7.5 meters to 13 meters. They've also removed the teleport activation height restriction, which basically means that you can teleport to the anchor while on different verticalities so long as you are within its radius. Increased weapon equip time after teleporting from 0.4 seconds to 0.7 seconds. Headhunter is unaffected by this change. Destroying the rendezvous teleport anchor now disables it for the remainder of the round instead of being placed on a cooldown. So that's a pretty big nerf for Chamber. Chamber also no longer incurs an additional cooldown when recalling his anchor after teleporting, and its health has also decreased from 80 to 50. So pretty big changes there for his teleport. His trademark, which is obviously the baby alarm bot slow orb thing. The trap is now range restricted. The trademark will disable when Chamber moves out of range and reactivate once he is inside. Can be recalled mid-round without line of sight and has a 30-second cooldown or recall. Destruction remains permanent. The initial arm time has been increased from 2 seconds to 4 seconds, and health has also been increased from 1 to 20 from 1 to 20. That's this change. That's also in for quite a few abilities that obviously used to have 1 as his health has now been increased to 20. And his tour de force, the fire rate has been decreased by 57.5%. So that's a pretty big nerf there. And it's slow. This applies to both trademark and tour de force. They have reduced the duration from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. So it'll be now a lot quicker to get out of the slow. So that's all the Chamber stuff. Obviously, I do think this will impact massively on Chamber. I think we've already seen KJ's game is played a lot more now. Her ultimates are really good, and I feel like Chamber still could be played on some maps, but I do think as well is good. It's gonna be played a lot more differently compared to what they used to be played. So I think the partnership teams are definitely going to think of different strategies, different compositions, where they don't have to use Chamber. Maybe Jet might come back, maybe even Raze as well, but I'm not too sure. All I know is that Chamber is most likely dead for the meantime. Cypher Only one change, that being his tripwire. The health has been increased from 1 to 20. So, yeah, that's for Cypher. Fade, her Prowler, the health has been decreased from 100 to 60. Now move over to Harbor. So his High Tide, which is his wall, the duration has been increased from 12 seconds to 15 seconds. And then his Cascada, which is his smoke. No, it's like his little snaky wall that you can control. The duration has also been increased from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. So small buffs there for Harbor. KO, his 0 point, I'm pretty sure it is his little arrow, the knife thing. The health has been increased from 1 to 20, and his null CMD, so his ultimate. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. I think they kind of screwed up the control there. Either way, the ultimate points has been increased from 7 to 8. So some small buffs, small nerfs there for KO. Killjoy, her lockdown, so her ultimate, the health has been increased from 150 to 200. So it's a couple more bullets now to kill it. So I think that may be why it's kind of a tank now. It's pretty OP. And her nanoswarm, the health has also been increased from 1 to 20. So KJ is pretty strong now. Omen, his paranoia, was like his Q, which is his smoke. His smoke is blind, sorry. The cost has been decreased from 300 to 250, so it'll be a lot, but so it'll be only 50 cheaper. Now also go same for Phoenix. His war, the blaze, the cost has been decreased from 200 to 150, so a small buff there for both Phoenix and Omen. Raze, her boom bot, the health has been decreased from 100 to 60, but a blast pack health has been increased from 1 to 20 from 1 health increased 1 to 20. So small buff, small nerf for Raze. I think this one might be maybe a decent nerf though to Raze. Sage, her barrier orb, the fortified delay has been increased from 3 seconds to 3.3 seconds. Her healing orb, the self-healing total, has decreased from 60 to 30 HP, while her ally total has been increased from 60 to 100 HP. So it'll be a little bit more risky if you want to heal yourself, unless you're in like a 1v something situation, which makes more sense. Sova, Recon Bolt, health increase of 1 to 20. Sky, the Trailblazer, so her Tasmanian Tiger Dog ability, the cost has been decreased on has been increased from 250 to 300, so pretty decent nerf there. But her regrowth, so her health, the cost has been decreased from 200 to 150. Viper, Viper's Pit, the smoke integrity regen time has been increased from 5 seconds to 25. Well, say 5.0, 5 to 25. The max timeout of smoke has been decreased from 15 to 8, but her ult points required has been increased from 7 to 8. So small nerfs, small buffs there. Finally, for Yoru, his Gate Crash health has been decreased from 100 to 60, and his cost has been decreased from 200 to 150. Also says here, what's that? Looks like several agents are receiving some important mission updates in their range. So you can have a look at the practice range, and yeah, that's all really. Finally, gameplay system updates. Assist tail tuning. I don't know what this is, but it explains here, the assist tails are the grace period duration after a debuff has expired, where a player will still be rewarded an assist for debuffing the killed target. So it's just an assist basically. Okay, that makes sense. So concuss, near sight, and detained. The assist tail has been increased from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Exiting smokes, the assist tail has been increased from 1 to 2 seconds. The slow assist tail was increased from 1 to 2 seconds as well, and the suppression added new 3-second assist tail. So basically, you'll get a lot more assists now if you play characters which has all of these ones listed. I didn't show. I don't think I showed you. Oh no, I did. Yeah. So all these ones, if a character has any of these, then you have a much more likely chance of getting an assist. Next up, we have a damage interaction update. Abilities that output damage will now universally damage enemy objects that can be damaged. Expectations are made for Sky's Trailblazer and Cypher's Tripwire that only deals damage to players. We want to ensure that abilities are interacting in a consistent manner across the board. We want you to spend time thinking about how to approach utility in game, rather than wondering if you can in the first place. So Brimstone, his Sanctuary, which I'm pretty sure is Molly, now deals damage to KJ's Nano Swarm, Alarm Ball Lockdown, Cypher Stripwire, Raises Blast Pack, Service Recon Bolt, Rainer's Leer, Sage's Barrier Orb, KO's 0 Point, Chamber's Trademark and Rendezvous, and Freyd's Prowler. His Orbital Strike also now damages Chamber's Rendezvous. Phoenix, his Hot Hands, now damages Cypher Stripwire, KJ's Nano Swarm, Alarm Ball Lockdown, Raises Blast Pack, Rainer Late. You know what? I'm not even going to read these. You can just have a look at them for yourself. Basically, it's most abilities that you can think of in the game which can affect, which players can also destroy. It's basically those ones. So yeah, there's quite a lot of them. Actually, I'll read this actually for KO. The 0 Point KO now has a voiceover that tells his allies the numbers of enemies suppressed when the knife hits, and his fragment also now damages Fate's Prowler. So that's a bit of I guess like a buff information for your team. All these ones as well. All these ones. Obviously, some of them you could already damage them, but originally you couldn't. Obviously, you could pause the video whenever you want just to read them. But obviously, I'll try to go as slow as possible so you don't have to pause it. But yeah, there's quite a few changes though in this patch. Actually, quite a big one either way. So, which is good. I quite like big changes, so that makes sense. Anyways. Damage multiplier update. With damage over time area abilities now universally damage in utility, we took a pass on damage multipliers. These area damage abilities cover a wide space and deal a large amount of damage over their duration. We've reduced their non-player outputs to 50% of basic damage to prevent instant destruction of enemy utility and to ensure abilities with higher health, such as Sage's Barrier Orb, retain their relevant impact. So, I'll read this out. So the Aftershock now deals 50% to 100% damage to non-players. Brimstone's Mobley now deals 100 to 50% damage to non-players. KO's Fragment now deals 250 to 100 damage to non-players. Obviously, all these are in percentage. KO's Nano Swarm now deals 100 to 50% damage to non-players. Phoenix Hot Hands now deals 100 to 50% to damage to non-players. Raises Blast Pack now deals 12,000 to 250%. Paint Shells now deals 100 to 250%. And Boombot now deals 100 to 250% all to non-players. Viper, Snakebite now deals 100 to 50% damage to non-players. Allied ability damage immunity. The following abilities are now immune to allied damage. And that includes Chamber's Rendezvous, Trademark, Cypher's Spycam, Fade's Prowler and Haunt, KO's 0 Point, KJ's Alarm Bot and Lockdown, Race's Blast Pack and Boombot, Sky's Seekers and Trailblazer, Service Aldrin and Recon Bolt, and Yoru's Gatecrash and Fake Out. Spectre. Okay, we're going to finally now the Spectre parts. We felt the Spectre was overperforming at mid to long range, and as a result, was crowding out other options on partial buys. And a third damage range to the Spectre and updated distance, and body shot damages are 0 to 15 meters of 26 damage, 15 to 30 meters of 22 damage, and 30 plus meters of 20 damage. For reference, the old ranges and damages were 0 to 20 meters was 26 damage, and 20 meters plus was 22 damage. So they've just changed it up a bit, and now they've added 20 damage into it as well. Mode updates. Swift Play Beta, is playable from December 6th through January 10th, 2023. Please jump in and help us test this new game mode and give us your feedback. So basically what this is, it is similar to a standard 5v5 unrated mode, but condensed first to 5 rounds for 4 round halves. Spike mode victory conditions, single spike carrier. Set credits amount of grants at the start of the round, that being 800 to 2400, not including 600 credit bonus for winning pistols, that being 4250. Weapons and credits carry over supported. 600 plus credit bonus for winning pistol rounds, standing kills bonuses, which is a 200 credit bonus, and spike plant bonus, which is 300 credits, 2 all points granted at the start of each half, sudden death overtime, and match time is approximately 15 minutes. So it is a shorter, much better spike rush. Actually, I don't think it's shorter. I think it's longer than a spike rush, but it is better than a spike rush. I played it with some of my friends. It was actually quite a lot of fun, so that was good. Bug fixes as well. Luckily, there's not a lot of bug fixes, so thank God for that. First of all, fix an issue where Phoenix would not be decayed by Viper for a short period after dying during running back while decayed. Thanks for the report to live fire. So I guess someone kind of told Riot that. Fix an issue where Cypher wasn't able to place tripwires in a glass panel by the yellow crate on Icebox. Fix a bug where enemy spy cams or turrets could trigger Cypher's tripwires. Fix a bug where enemy knives could not damage Chamber's rendezvous teleport anchor. And fix a bug where Boombot would explode on contact with Yori's gatecrash beacons. So that is all the changes. Now let's have a look at the video from the Korean Valorant YouTube channel.
실례하지? 올해 마지막 피날레를 장식하게 되다니 영광이고. 패치노트 5.12. 좋아, 준비 완료. 유언 업데이트부터 보자고. 앞으로 내 체면이 말이 아니게 됐어. 이런 이 정장은 버려야겠네. 일단 헤드헌트의 반동이 조금 증가했지. 잘 봐. 트레이드마크는 멀어지면 비활성화되게끔 범위가 제한돼. 대신 회수가 가능해지지. 랑데부는 이제 하나밖에 설치하지 못해. 파괴되면 해당 라운드에 완전히 사용할 수 없으니 조심해. 그래도 좋은 점이 있다면 높이 제한이 사라지고 사용 후 앵커를 회수할 때 앞으로 시간이 다시 초기화되지 않을 거야. 역작의 발사 속도까지 너프라니. 난 괜찮으니 너무 기분 상하지 말라고. 다른 요원들도 빠르게 알아볼게. 먼저 세이지. 앞으로 자신에게 스킬을 사용하는 것보다는 아군에게 사용하는 것이 효율적일 테니 꼭 참고하라고. 다음은 바이퍼. 위로가 필요하겠군. 궁극기 구술이 증가하고 화학물질 연기의 유지 시간도 줄어듦과 동시에 충전 시간은 꽤 오랜 시간이 걸리도록 바뀔 거야. KO는 소프트웨어를 추가 업데이트했어. 이제 제압된 적이 있다면 아군에게 음성으로 알려줄 수 있지. 잘 들어봐.
제압한다. 적 제압 완료. 제압한다. 투명지야.
고마워, KO. 하버, 스킬 지속 시간이 좋아졌네. 축하해. 중요한 소식이 남아있고 이번 패치부터 적 요원이 가지고 있는 스킬들과 더 많은 피해 상호작용들이 이루어질 거야. 아군 스킬 때문에 파괴되던 몇몇 스킬들은 앞으로 면역 상태가 되고 스킬 피해량은 요원과 스킬 구조물에 각각 다르게 적용될 테니 자세한 내용은 홈페이지를 꼭 참고하도록 해. 관련된 요원들의 패치 내용이 꽤 있으니 빠르게 살펴보자고. 총기 업데이트도 하나 있군. 스펙터를 자주 사용한다면 주목. 이제 장거리에서 데미지가 꽤 많이 감소해. 다른 총기를 알아보는 것도 나쁘지 않은 선택일 거야. 마지막으로 시스템 업데이트. 올겨울 발로란트를 더욱 재미있게 즐길 수 있는 팀 에이스 이벤트 및 결정전을 소개해주지. 팀 에이스 이벤트는 5명에서 9명까지 참여하는 팀을 만들고 팀원들과 함께 플레이하면 미션들을 통해 푸짐한 보상들을 얻을 수 있어. 진정한 팀이 되어 실력을 보여주고 싶다면 팀 에이스 결정전에 참여해봐. 3천만 원 규모의 대회 상금과 함께 발로란트 한정판 브랜드 굿즈 상품의 주인공이 되어보라고. 친구들과 파티로 같이 플레이하면 더 많은 경험치를 얻을 수 있는 스쿼드 부스트. 12월 15일부터 1월 5일까지 진행될 테니 잊지 말라고. 추가로 일반전을 짧게 압축한 신속 플레이 모드가 출시될 거야. 5라운드를 먼저 승리하면 되고 이긴 팀은 보너스 시스템도 있으니 친구들과 함께 연습하기에 정말 딱이지 않아? 모두 많은 참여 부탁할게. 그럼 다들 마무리 잘하고 다음에 다시 만나지. 아듀.
And yes, I actually did forgot to mention, but I'm glad the video did. There's a squad boost, I think during this patch, I'm pretty sure. I think also the night market will also be coming as well. I can't remember when, but night market will be coming, I think maybe before Christmas, but we'll see. Anyways, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.